What's going on, everybody? My name is Tamar Turner, and I'm the host of the Down to Business podcast, where the mission is to really provide exposure to businesses, entrepreneurs, and artists all around the world in their respective crafts. And we do so through audio and visual interviews where we come on and we talk about all things from getting into the business to most memorable moments to even some advice that you may give for other business owners and entrepreneurs out there. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, we'd love to have you on for an interview. Please be sure to reach out via any social media platform and we'll definitely get back to you. But until then, enjoy this episode. Welcome, everybody. This is Tamar Turner here with the Down to Business podcast. And I'm very excited to be giving you guys this introduction episode. Really just wanted to kind of break down the reasoning for the podcast, what I hope to accomplish. Just thank everybody for the feedback thus far, especially for those who were unable to hear my announcement on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. So yeah, really just wanted to break down things for you guys. Hopefully just let you know some of my goals and then just move forward and tell you guys some of the interviews that I'm excited to do. So first and foremost, this podcast will be called Down to Business, and it will definitely be just about that. I'll be bringing on a different person each week. I know a lot of people, both friends, family, even some strangers that I've met along the way who started their own businesses, who have done different things like that. And I really just want to provide them the exposure. We know a lot of times that starting your own business, kind of venturing out on your own, that it takes a lot. It's a big step for sure. And sometimes you may not always get the support. Some days will definitely be better than others. Some days you really may not even want to do it or really know which direction you want to go in, or maybe losing motivation, losing hope. So this is really just to hear everybody's story from start to finish. I know a lot of people involved in whether it be clothing, whether it be fashion, whether it be beauty, whether it be technology, whether it be fitness, real estate, finance. Honestly, the list is really endless. And so I want to bring on as many people as I can week after week after week and really just tell their stories from start to finish. Not only do that, but also provide exposure to their business because somebody listening to this may need that service, or somebody listening to this may have a connection for you, or just may want to, like I said, utilize your service, or may even want to meet you, or you guys may be able to connect, or you may inspire somebody else who's thinking about kind of starting their own business or in the process of starting their own business, maybe a little further or maybe a little behind. So really just want to serve as that maybe connection, as their bridge builder, or whatever the case may be in this instance. If it's nothing more than kind of just putting your business on the map or bringing you some new clients, then I'm happy with that as well. So kind of just how this all originated. It actually started the thread on my Twitter a while back. And for those of you who don't follow my Twitter, it is at my first name Tamar, Tamar, then another T, and then 26. And so if you go to my media tab, for those of you who do have Twitter and who use it, you'll actually see that a while back I just came up with this random tweet one day. I said, I have a challenge for everybody out there. And so I got kind of some feedback from it, some responses, and kind of got some conversation going. But I challenged everybody who was reading this, or kind of who engaged with it, or who even saw it, just to post one business a week. And at the time, it was really just Black businesses. But now I've really come to realize that we shouldn't just confine it to that. Everybody out there is working hard, doing something. Every business owner started from somewhere. So obviously I stepped up to the challenge myself, and I started to just hit up different friends. I got even some feedback from people who I knew were in businesses, and they really just said that they wanted to start um, they wanted to get their promotion. They wanted to get things going. They wanted to make everything right on there, and they were working on things. So what I did was I would just have the person kind of send me their information. So send me maybe whatever they did, their service, maybe client testimonials, maybe a flyer, maybe a logo, and just a little bit of information about themselves, about the business. Because as you guys know, Twitter, I really only it confines you to a certain character limit. So I wasn't able to tweet kind of the whole bio, the whole about, the whole this and that, but I really did just try to break everything down as simply as I could, as quick as I could, and as efficiently as I could for those reading. And so I got some really good feedback from it. Some people really didn't know what it was going to be like, but it really did help some people. And I actually had some friends kind of hit me back and say, hey, I was able to get some clients, or I was able to connect, or this was really a good opportunity for me. So I thank you for that. So it was really good, and it lasted for some weeks until I started running out of businesses. But then I realized I was only using Twitter. So I realized that I kind of had it to expand. I was doing a lot of things word of mouth, texting people, calling people, even just talking to people in person, going to different pop-up shops, different events where I knew business owners would be there. I knew people would be there kind of doing their own thing, whether they kind of have their own event or whether they're at another sponsoring event or whatever the case may be. So it went well. A lot of friends actually got involved with it. And before you knew it, everybody was getting tagged. It started as a thread. And I got some really good feedback from it. But I said, why stop there? Like, why really just kind of post? A retweet, maybe a like, a share, whatever the case may be, and then that really just be it. We never really see it again because I actually had to dig kind of in my archives to find the businesses and to find the thread and to find everything that got started. So I said, look, I really do want to start a podcast. This is something I've been thinking about for a while. So why don't we just kind of translate this into that? I do have a great interest in sports, and I went to school for that at Syracuse University and got my master's and everything in that. But I said I really just want to talk to people. I want to sit down with people. I want to really hear what's going on in their head because me personally, I'm not a business owner. I do hope to be one someday, most definitely. But for those of you guys who are already out there, who are already in the process, who have been successful, who have had the good times, the bad times, the trials, the tribulations, I want to hear about all of that. And at the same time, I want to support you, whether it be supporting you monetarily, whether it be supporting you word of mouth, because sometimes people don't realize support costs is free. It's nothing to just post somebody's flyer or say, hey, I know somebody who does that. I know somebody who sells these products you might like, or hey, did you check this page out? My friend does that, or even posting it on your social media just because it's so much traffic via Instagram, via Facebook, via Twitter, whatever you may use on top of that, LinkedIn, whatever the case may be. And you really just never know who's watching. You really just never know who's scrolling through, who may need that content. Somebody who you may not even know personally really may need that. So that's kind of really what that served as. And that's what this podcast will hopefully continue that. So like I said, each week I'll be bringing somebody on differently. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on all the social media sites. Some people are really excited to get involved. Some people that I know, some people that were tagged through their friends. So I think every friend and every person who I follow who was able to tag somebody and get me connected with them. And to those of y'all who are hearing this and do want to connect, please feel free to just hit me up. I can definitely, however you hear this, definitely just whether it be, I'm going to try to post it on SoundCloud. I'm going to try to get verified on the Apple Podcast, Google Play, Spotify, if I can, everything like that. But I kind of just wanted to get this episode out there first, just to give everybody the preview. And so if you hear this message, if you think that you may know somebody who's suitable for this, or if you yourself think you're suitable for this, then definitely please feel free to reach me out. I can be reached very easily. I'll leave all my contact information on all my social media sites and everything like that. And definitely want to connect with you. Definitely want to bring you on. So what I really hope for this podcast is that I really hope that it just helps somebody, whether it just be, like I said, you're kind of, you're not really knowing where to start. You don't feel like you're supported as much. You don't feel like you have everything that you need. So I feel like that somebody else may be hearing this and may be able to help you out, may be able to support you, may be able to provide some guidance. Even if I can just provide some guidance just off of my experiences and dealing with businesses, and I'm dealing with people who have started their own, and just even hearing from business owners who have kind of started from the bottom, as we may say, and kind of worked their way all the way up, and even some who are a work in progress, as you may also say. So I really hope, I'm really excited for this, for the first episode, just to really get personal with people. I want each interview to kind of be unique. Obviously, I'm going to do my own research on the business for those who I may not be too familiar with, but I really just, I don't want to kind of have any sit down questions or anything like that. I really just want to go. I really just want to sit down and I really just want to hear that person's story, not just all about the business. Hey, so come on, tell me what you do. That's it. Let's get off. No, I really want to talk about, well, why'd you start this? Where'd your name come from? Like just different things like that, just random questions, really just to get the interview going. Like I said, I want it to be as unique as possible, but also as open and transparent as that business owner may want to be, just to, but you really never know. Everybody out here kind of started from something different. Like I said, just in the feedback that I got, everybody just, it did something so different. The realm was just so broad. And so, like I said, I'm really, really, really excited to just get the chance to talk to everybody. And I'm going to try to release as many episodes that I can. I do want to shout out my boy, Mark Henderson, for sure. For the logo, and I really just kind of came to him with the idea, really just gave him a description of what I wanted to do, and he put it all together for me and sent me different colorways and was really helpful with that. I want to shout out my boy Brian, who's gonna give me one of his instrumentals so I can put on the beginning and the ending, just to transition in and out of the podcast, just so you won't hear me talking 24/7 for sure, for sure. So definitely big shout out to those guys for all their help and all the support, and really just want to shout out all the friends, all the family who have shared, who have reposted, who have tagged, and everything like that. It really means a lot more. Even if I wasn't able to get back to you personally, I definitely saw it. Ever since I made the announcement, my phone has kind of been going crazy just between people trying to connect and people wanting to push this opportunity out more. So, like I said, this definitely won't be the first time that you hear from me, but I do want to sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know I keep saying it, but I'm just really happy for this. I'm really just excited that I was finally able to get everything. I remember just all of this being just it started as a sticky note on my vision board or on my wall, and I just kept waking up looking at it every day, saying, "Tomorrow you got to get started. You got to make something happen. This is really what you want to do. So get your equipment right." I know once you posted the right people, I was following the people. I was still supporting them, posting, even buying some merchandise and using their services as I could. So now it's really time to put this into action, and then hopefully from there we can really kind of move forward on a bigger scale. And this really gets the feedback and the support that I'm hoping for. So everybody out there kind of hearing this, like I said, for your first time, definitely feel free to hit me up. Definitely feel free to look forward to more content. Really excited for what's to come with this. But in the meantime, in between time, if you have any questions, if there's anything that you would like to see, or anything that you kind of want me to touch on, maybe if I don't have an interview one week or anything like that, please feel free to let me know as well. I'm open to all suggestions, all constructive criticism, all feedback. I need that just because I want to be as better as possible. There's always room for improvement, and I always do like to hear from my audience and for the people who I will be appealing to. So thank you guys for definitely tuning in to this first one. There's definitely more and more and more content coming. I'm gonna say it one last time before I close out. I'm really excited. I thank everybody once again from the bottom of my heart, and without further ado, let's get down to business.